Ever considered joining the Peterborough Koi Club? Big group of like-minded people that share the hobby, come down, chat, see these amazing ponds. I'll show you in a minute. We've just bowled up a fish. Let's go and have a look. Lovely koi in the bowl.
Get rid of one of those you got and leave one of these.
So yeah, members of the Koi Club get to come to all these amazing ponds. 25,000 litres of pure stunning fish, but as the net's in the water, they're all hiding at the bottom. Got a 3-metre window at the front there. Lovely big pond. Double Bakki shower. And he's had it all fully enclosed for the winter. Keep the heat in. He's got a window that goes in that hole, and I'm in a little heated greenhouse that's attached to the house and attached to the pond. What a lovely place. Thanks again, John, for having us. Good morning, beautiful pond lovers. Today is an absolute glorious day. The wind's still a bit chilly, but today I'm going to make a start. I'm not going to get it all finished today because I've got to order some new netting for it, for the idea that I have up in my head. But I'm going to make a start on the Heron Protection 2.0. We're up to about 15 degrees in the pergola today, but the plan is, because whenever I video my fish, we've got this horrible net in the way. And yeah, I don't like the look of it. I'm sure you guys don't like the look of it. All the fishies are doing well, growing like stink. Can't believe how big some of these have got, although all the little ones are in the window at the minute. But yeah, the bamboo is eventually coming down. It'll probably stay on there for today until the new netting arrives. But yeah, let's make a start. So I bought me some timbers to make a start on this. First thing I'm going to do is get some posts on. But before we do that, as the sun is absolutely glorious today, let's take a snap back to the new water feature. Still working an absolute treat. The mind your own business is still alive. As I say, it's all mixed in with moss, so it does stay damp for quite a while. We are looking pretty darn good on that. Got the solar panel just sat on the roof at the minute. But yeah, just been doing a bit of work on the old bonsais today. Got the old pliers out, removed some wire, done some snipping because we're starting to bud out. Spring is on its way. Everything is looking good. Got the lovely new little aces from the air layers last year. All doing well. But, got my first bonsai stall coming up in May. And, a lot of these, including a lot of these on this side, are going down there for sale. Right, let me cut you here and I'll snap back to you when I've got some tools out. So, got the big boy Makitas out, and the first job I'm going to do, because basically I'm building some kind of pergola frame over the pond, but these two posts are going to attach to the side of the pond, but for extra strength, and obviously on windy days, I don't want long lengths of pole like that putting a lot of pressure on the side of the pond. So I'm sticking a bit of rebar up the post and then sticking the rebar into the ground, and it's not to take the weight because the screws in the side of the pond will take the weight, but it will stop the wind being able to blow the pole and putting strain on the side of the pond. And once I've got these labels off and the poles in there, I will show you what I mean. There we go, that's what I meant. So we've got some rebar going through there. It's about 6 inches up the pole. They haven't been cut to size yet because I don't know exactly how high they need to be. But the plan is now, under these decorative stones here is concrete, as you can see here. I'm going to line up the post to where I need it to be, see where the rebar hits, and then I'm going to drill me a hole through that concrete. It's not very thick, it's only the foundation for these slabs, into the soil, and then that way, once the post is screwed into there, that being in there, that will stop the wind being able to wibble and wobble the post. That's the idea, hopefully. So I've moved the stones. That pole will go in roughly there, so I'm just marking that. Got the big boy Makita out with I've actually got a 14mm bit on there, and this is a 12mm rebar, but that'll make the hole big enough that it will easily slot into. And then if it's a bit loose and wobbly, I've got some cement in the shed, and I can just fill the rest of the hole with some cement. So there's my hole. Let's see if it fits. And voila, there we go. That's sitting now on the pond of the concrete base. The pole is a good 8 inches, I'd say, into the ground. Now all I've got to do is just trim a little bit off my coping there, so it can now sit flat up against the pond. So I am going to do that and snap back to you. So we're all marked out, got my pencil line here and here. That'll give me a nice straight post, because we did use the old spirit level. This is going to require a multi-tool, so I've got the Makita cordless again, get on the Makita, and now all I'm going to do is cut this section out back up to the pond, and yeah, and the post should sit relatively straight upwards. It's going to be straight that way, but how straight the pond wall is, I don't know. Had to switch blades. Went to a flat one, the round one couldn't reach all the way through, but that's now out, nice straight and level. So let's see if we can get the post in. Okay, so post is in, running up, fits nice and snugly into that, although the sleepers themselves are not perfectly level anymore, so there are a few gaps, but the screws I've got to hold that in place will work an absolute treat. So I am going to go and get some of them and get that bolted into place. I've just been up the step ladder and just tap that in with a mallet all the way down. These are the bad boys we're going to be fixing it with. Now you can guess where they come from, but this is not a sponsored video. But we've got really big, nice flat heads, so no washers required, and these are for roofing joists, so these will certainly do the trick. And we're going to have quite a bit going into the pond. These are 160, so that'll do the job nicely. Pre-drilled the holes in the right place so they don't hit any rebars or screws that are already in the pond, and now we will put some of these bad boys in. It's advisable to, if you're using such big bolts like this anyway, to pre-drill, because then you're not going to get your posts splitting and whatnot. And for those worried where the screw's going to go into the pond, line that up there with the edge of that, and as you can see, they don't even get through the sleeper, and behind that sleeper obviously is insulation, but you've got a good centimetre and a half to the end of that. Yeah, if you look from up here, move the Makita out of the way, that's as far as it gets, and as I say, you've got insulation up to here anyway, so plenty of room. First one's in, and I tell you what, just by that one with the pole in the base, that is absolutely solid. But I'm still putting the 4 in because I bought 8, 4 for each post. And voila! Yes, they're not all perfectly straight, but I was dodging screws, and I'm a practical man for myself. I'd rather get it right and not look pretty than get it pretty and bug something up. But that is not going anywhere. Now all I've got to do is exactly the same process over in that corner. Snap back to you in a second, and voila, second post up. Got a few bits to put back together round that side because I've left the net open. That was holding the net in place with a bit of extra protection, but obviously herons are a bugger in this area, so yeah, looking good so far. Well, I've managed to stretch the net back around. Post is lovely and secure. I've left this bit off. I've managed to leave that bit off. It's not as secure obviously as it used to be, but this is only going to be here for a week or so until blooming planes, until the new net arrives. But yeah, I've tacked it down with some screws, some bonsai wire and a few other bits and bobs, so that'll do nicely. Next job is get everything, all the sides and front attached, so let me make a start on that. That's one side up. Gonna do the middle piece now, and then we'll get the back side up, and then later on, probably not today but later on, I'll trim them down to the right level. And voila! All four sides, all now up. Let's spin you around. Yeah, front's now on. Obviously I've still got to trim the two posts, but that's straight, level, perfecto. And then obviously you've got the back one going down there above the Bakki shower, and the side one over there as well. Obviously the pergola makes up the back post, so I think what my plan is, apologies for the wind, it's a bit of a breezy day, but I'm going to make use and reuse this net to become the roof and pull it nice and uber tight on there. And then you'll have to wait and see what I'm doing for all the sides, because got something special in mind for those. So yeah, we will see how that goes when the bits arrive that I've ordered. So stage 1, Heron Protection 2.0 complete, and this will have a follow-up video over the next couple of weeks for stage 2. So I don't say it very often, in fact I've probably never said it at all. Don't forget to subscribe and you'll be able to follow along. And yeah, because I've had to do a few Heron videos over the years, because I've had some problems with Mr. Heron or Mrs. Heron, people often ask me, and I see posts all the time on Facebook, how do you protect a pond from a heron? There is only one way that will work 100% of the time, and that's enclose it, fence it off, net it off. Like I've said before, the reason my pond looks like this with the bamboo and bits of sleepers sat on top of here ruining the tops of the pond is because you should never have a net next to the pond like that, because as you can see my fish are very, very friendly. If a heron was sat on here and the net was like that, obviously it's quite vertical here and it's raised a good 20 centimeters off the pond here, but if a heron was sat there and the net was flat and those fish come and did this, even though it wouldn't be able to eat one, it would certainly do an awful lot of damage. So if you are going to net your ponds, make sure that you raise them off the water, and then you'll never have any damage with a heron. But before I sign out, we do have one new addition, not in the pond but to the Keeping It Koi family. Let me spin you around and introduce Vinny. Say hi, Vinny. Unfortunately he's sat in there with Nala. Nala's about somewhere, but yeah, he can't come out here because Daddy, me, has got many power tools out and about, screws all over the place, so he's stuck in there for the time being. But I'm done for the moment. I might chop these off. There's no point me showing you a video clip of them, you'll see it in the next one. But yeah, on that note guys, thanks all for watching. Like the video if you haven't already, and we'll catch you on the next one.